Welcome to another WTF to Eat Instagram Live cooking demo. So if you've been with me for a while, you know that every month I do a different recipe demo sharing one of my favorite easy recipes to nourish your mind and body. So I'm Jess Cording, registered dietitian, author, speaker. So if we've never met before, welcome. It's lovely that you're here. So we're going to be making one of my favorite meal prep friendly recipes. And this, if you're cooking for several people, this can totally be like a one and done meal. This does not have to be for meal prep, but it makes great leftovers. So it's especially awesome if you are cooking it for yourself to enjoy for a few days. You can share as well, that's fine too. But something I have seen come up quite a bit in the last few years is women thinking they have to avoid carbs completely. And in practice, and honestly in my own life, I've seen that do a disservice. Just to share like a personal experience with that, when I was, I think, 36, I was diagnosed with PCOS is what we called it at the time. Now PMOS is the term. But so my provider was like, well, just don't eat carbs. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. Like, I'm a registered dietitian. I know that we need carbs. But I tried, I was like, all right, well, they're the doctor. Like, I know, right? I should know better. But I noticed that when I was intentionally trying to eat less carbs, that my A1C was like getting a little bit like higher. I felt like I wasn't recovering as well from my workouts. So as an experiment, last year I thought, okay, how about I actually more intentionally increase my carbohydrate to the point where it's supporting my workouts better, see what happens. And when I did my next A1C test, it was such a big difference. It was a really nice improvement. And hey, I'm an N of 1, but I want to say that when we don't eat enough carbs, our body gets the message that there's not enough fuel. So it starts overcompensating, potentially causing some issues with glucose metabolism that we don't want to see. So one of the many, many reasons you will always hear me telling you, eat a combination of protein, fat, and carbs at your meals to fuel your body and fuel the mind. When we're well nourished, we can think more clearly, roll with the punches better. So one of my favorite easy ways to do that, we are making a one dish fajita inspired meal. We're working with, I'm gonna grab my oven mitts here so as to not be an idiot with temperature control. This is something that happens a lot in my family. Got some ground turkey that I browned in a skillet. I like to use a little bit of avocado oil for that because it's got a nice neutral flavor, high smoke point, so you're not going to set up your smoke detector as easily. But also a really great source of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, which is always a thing we want to be paying attention to. So you can totally start with fresh vegetables, but I wanted to show you guys just an example of making it really easy in everyday life. So I have some frozen peppers and onions that I just microwave in a glass container. So this is just an easy way to sneak in some veggies, getting antioxidants in there. Not a ton of fiber in the onions and peppers, but a lot of good things happening. There's vitamin C happening, which is an antioxidant. So this is giving us a nice base. We're going to give that a good stir. And then I have here, you can use brown rice, you could use white rice if you want. I have cauliflower rice for this as a way to sneak in a little bit more vegetables, as well as some different vitamins and minerals. Keep up the vibes here. So all I'm doing is I'm just mixing it really, really well. So basically, again, you could use whatever you wanted here for, like, you wanted to use like regular rice. You could use, I've never played around with like other rice vegetables for this particular recipe, but you could totally do that. But here's where I wanted to talk about the carbs for a sec. Black beans. Ladies, don't be scared to eat beans. Okay, so yes, they provide carbohydrate, which we already covered. We need some of that. But they also are an excellent source of fiber, which is so important for gastrointestinal health, which plays a role in so many aspects of wellness. Like fiber, gets a lot of airtime because it's good for gut digestive regularity. But also it helps you stay full because that fiber takes up space. And what's also happening is that when you eat to support stable blood sugar, so fiber does help with keeping our blood sugar more stable because it tends to slow down that digestive process in that your body's not burning through the carbs in that meal super quickly. Just it takes longer to digest fiber than it does something with low fiber. So really helpful in that respect also. And black beans themselves also happen to be a good source of a little bit of plant protein. You're gonna get like six-ish grams in a half cup serving. So it's just a nice way to bump up the protein a little bit more too. And then you're getting a little bit of non-heme iron in here. And when I say heme versus non-heme, so heme iron is what you're going to find in animal-based iron. Non-heme is what you're going to find in plant foods. And it's not quite as effectively absorbed as heme iron. So you're going to get the most bang for your buck if you pair this with something with vitamin C. So in this recipe, we've got those bell peppers working their vitamin C magic. So we're just going to add the black beans. So as you can see, you know, we've got a good we got two sources of protein in this. We have the ground turkey, we have the black beans. For carbohydrate, we have just a little bit of carbs in our bell pepper and our cauliflower, not a lot, but a little bit. But then we're adding some really great quality carbs with the black beans. So we're also going to add some spices because that keeps things interesting. I have in the recipe in the caption like your favorite fajita blend. You can use pre-made taco seasoning, or you could, you know, DIY with a mix of like garlic powder and onion powder, salt, or paprika. That's what I'm looking for, cumin. So you know, mix up your favorite spices and add that to the skillet. Gonna give that a nice stir. And you know, you can add some extra heat with a little cayenne pepper. You can skip the heat. It really is up to you. You want to make it nice and customizable. All right. So literally, let's see how fast this is. Like the hardest part of this is like the 5 minutes it takes for the turkey to brown. Like it takes so little time. So this is gonna make about like 3-4 servings. So that is a nice way to just have a few meals already done or serve, you know, several people at once. So I'm going to show you one of the things I like to do. So I like to take a glass container. There's something I find very like satisfying about this shape. I don't know. But I like to just portion it out into the different containers. So that way, let's be real, when I put the baby down, the second she's down, I'm like, all right, time to feed myself now. I'm like, run to the fridge to like heat up something that I have prepped. So you fill up these containers. I like to add stuff at the end. So to make this a more balanced meal, you might have noticed we forgot to add some fat here beyond the avocado oil that we brown the turkey in. I love avocado slices, guacamole for this. Those little individual serving packs of guac are magic for something like this. It's just so nice and easy. I also love to add salsa. You could add, if you have like a favorite, I forgot to buy cheese, so I can't show it to you guys right now, but you could do some kind of grated cheese. Dollop of plain Greek yogurt is an awesome higher protein sour cream sub. So I just want to show how easy it is to make just a well-balanced, nourishing meal that, I mean, I'm saying this is like a lunch or dinner thing. You could totally eat this for breakfast too, just saying. Like my savory breakfast fans out there, I have eaten this for breakfast. It was super satisfying. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you like this recipe. If you decide to try it yourself, I'd love if you were to take a picture, post it on your stories, tag me at Jess Courting. And I always like hearing from you too. Like if you try this, like tell me what you think. You can also send me a message just telling me if there's certain recipes you'd like to see on here. I always try to make these something that you guys are interested in. This one came from you guys asking for more lunch and dinner ideas. So here you go. I hope this was satisfying. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me. If you're watching the replay, thank you for joining. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.